of young players. They have like Derek White, DeJounte Murray, Lonnie Walker. I don't know if you count Jakob Pertl in there, kind of close to that range. And then they have like this, Devin Vassell, Josh Primo, Keldon Johnson, kind of level. And there's been some discussion about whether the Spurs, because the group that they have right now isn't, really good enough to do anything, whether the Spurs might move out that sort of older, younger layer and then just recommit to this and doing sort of a full rebuild. And some of it is related to what Gregg Popovich is going to do because, around the league, some people thought that this might be Pop's last year. The Spurs need 26 wins overall for him to become the all-time winningest coach. People thought he might get that record and then hang it up. Then it sort of got out there that Pop actually wants to stay and doesn't want to hang it up, and that he may sit there on and help lead this rebuild. Becky Hammon leaving the Spurs and taking the job with Las Vegas Aces. Some people thought that was an indication that that she didn't think Pop was going to be leaving and have a chance at the job, so she took that. There's a lot of people who are trying to read the tea leaves with the Spurs, and part of it is, Pop has his own mind. Then there's R.C. Buford. Then there's Brian Wright, who's really their day-to-day general manager. Like, they may have different viewpoints on the directions of the franchise. But long story short, DeJounte Murray is having his best season, and no one talks about him at all. And yet, when I talk with executives, there's some teams that are like, we're preparing to make an offer if he might become available. Again, I'm not saying he's necessarily available right now, but if they decide to do that, MacMahon, they would absolutely be selling high. And so, I respect that you are shining some light on him, quite frankly, because he is having a great year. I think he had a triple-double Wednesday night. He had a triple-double in the third quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, this guy
he's playing great.
He's the only thing he doesn't do really well is shoot. He's not a terrible shooter, but he's not a good shooter. But man, you're talking about a guy who
he's really good in the mid-range, though. He doesn't shoot threes. Like
he's good in the mid-range. He's great getting out in transition. He's a great passer he's one of the best, if not the best, rebounding guard in the league.
Makes big time clutch plays too for them. Like he's ripped the heart out of a few teams down the stretch of games, just making big shots and plays. He's been really good this year. Really,
and I'm also making 2 trips to San Antonio over the next week, so I'm trying to get some, like free tacos or something out of this.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.